How do I learn standards? How do I get better at playing standards? How do I not forget standards now? I've learned these tunes and I've got in my ears, my fingers, whatever, and I let them go for 2 weeks and then they vanished. Poof. So let's talk about this today. Welcome to Jazz Guitar Lessons, where we help guitarists learn jazz faster, express themselves more fluently, and have fun along the way. My name is Mark, and if you're looking to learn jazz, form better practice habits, and especially if you enjoy a French accent, make sure to subscribe. Hey guys, my name is Mark from jazzguitarlessons.net for a quick video tip on learning standards. Also, there's a few areas of problem. People would say, how do I learn standards? I can't play standards. I want to play 5 or 10 or 15. So that's an issue we sort of address. If you haven't read that already, there's a link in the description below. It's for free. It's called My Process. It's a 7-stage process, which I invite students to implement on standards. Still the way I do it on myself on standards and the way hundreds of students are doing it. That's my recipe. Of course, I give away the secrets. It's pretty obvious. Learn the chords, learn the melody, etc. So you can find out all about it. So that's how do I learn standards? How do I play standards? That's one problem. Then people have another problem would go, how do I get better at playing standards? Which is sort of another thing, which entails, well, maybe you need more voicings, maybe you need more scales, maybe you need certain arpeggios, right? So it's like anything, you start and then you get good enough, and then you want to get better, you want to get good. And the other question I get from the people going, how do I get better, is how do I not forget standards now? I've learned these tunes, and I've got in my ears, my fingers, whatever, and I let them go for 2 weeks, and then they vanished. Poof. First main thing I want to tell you, if you are not yet able to understand how the 7-step process works, these 7 stages, just go read it out. It's a free page, super long, it's on the website. And you can also go to the fellowship, which is my free community, and it's explained in the format of a course, all right? So it's 7 videos. We do it on Stella by Starlight and Autumn Leaves, and then you totally get it. Once you get it, your mission, shall you accept it, is to learn to implement this on at least 5 tunes. So take the tunes you want. Maybe take a blues, like Tenor Madness. Take Autumn Leaves and Blue Bossa, and maybe a ballad, and maybe something else, and then you're all set. Maybe 2 standards, 1 ballad, 1 bossa in your set, all right? After you can do this, it means that minimally you'll be able to play what I call a jam session over the songs, meaning you can show up and play the head in and head out. You can play some copying, you can play some improv, minimally, but at least you can do that, all right? So this is the first order of business. And before you get this, it's in a way useless to try and tackle lots of altered scale positions and lots of Barry Harris chord inversions. I got in trouble for saying this on YouTube a while back. Like, you don't have the repertoire, so you don't have the laboratory, you don't have the footings to start to implement these things into your own playing. What I want to talk about in this video is what do you do once you reach 10, 12, 15 standards and you start to forget them, okay? So I'll give you the recipe. It's one of the first times I go public with this. I'll tell you it's super simple. While back, so that's 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I had a gig bag. It was a Levi's or Livy gig bag. I used to have a Godin flat 5. I would carry it on my back. I had the sheet in my gig bag always. So I played cocktail gigs, I played restaurants, some cocktail parties for corporate or for weddings, and I played jam sessions, and I jammed with friends, but jammed like public jam sessions. So I would carry this piece of paper. It's too bad I lost it because I rewrote it several times. It was full of coffee stains and undisclosed beverages, beer stains. And it was awesome because I had this list and someone would say, what do you want to play? I don't know. What do you want to play? Throw the list in their face and go, pick one. That was scary because, of course, I had this list and someone calls something I'm not too confident with. I'm a bit shaky on. So I went back home and goes, yeah. If I look at this list and I'm like, oh, I hope he doesn't call that tune. What is this thing called? Love? I'm not sure I remember the bridge or Body and Soul. What if he's wanting to do that version with the intro? Like, whatever. So that was an amazing tool. And I have to admit, I went on my students. I said, I should recap this. So I have this journal. It's called a bullet journal, not affiliated, amazing concepts. It's free of charge to use it. And sometimes I look like the guy in the A Beautiful Mind. I track everything, my workout and what I eat. And I started this list of tunes. So this is now my new, fresh list of standards. No kidding. The page is not full. So at the height of my glory, when I played a lot of gigs, I had about 100 tunes I could play from memory. And now there's this list that I have that would say at least 9 tunes out of 10. There's maybe 20, 25 on there. 9 tunes out of 10. I could play the head, the comping, and the solo and not forget anything. These are like totally anchored. But there's this one I'm going, I'll tell you. Anthropology. It's a rhythm change. There's a fingering for that. I'm playing in my head, sort of. I'm like, whoops, I need to review it. So if I would show up to a jam and be scared that the drummer calls that tune, then I know what I gotta practice. All right. So back to you. Create your list when you have 5, 10, 15 tunes. You can also create a separate list on the flip side and go, those are the tunes I'd love to play. Or those are the tunes I can play if someone puts a chart in my face. But that list is just play me a song, Bob. You play the tune, right? So that's super important. That list will now be used as far as your maintenance strategy. Hey everyone, just a quick break here. If you're loving this episode and you want to elevate your own jazz guitar skills, reach out to us. We've guided thousands of guitarists in becoming accomplished jazzers beyond their wildest dreams. So check the link in the description or visit jazzguitarlessons.net to get started today. Okay, now back to the episode. So here's a maintenance strategy. When I'm building between 0 and 10 tunes and I can't play any standards, I will 100% of the time work on 100% of implementing getting up to step 5, which is the jam session in that process doc I talked about, which is play the head in, play the head out at the end, comp and solo. I just want to learn the new tunes. As soon as I have 10, I will put the songs on that list and I will go in retention mode. Retention means playing the tune at least 2 to 3 times a week in a format that is what I call a 4CE. 4CE is 4 course exercise. First chorus is the head in or chord melody. Second chorus is comping. Third chorus is soloing or bit of improv. Last chorus is head out, so the melody again. Okay. As soon as you have that concept, so you set up the metronome and you play it without stopping. So this is now your maintenance strategy, and it is a measuring stick. So knowing that I will take this tune I'm scared of, I said anthropology could be any other tune, I will just confront myself with what if someone showed up and we had to play it together. It's a great measuring stick to see which chords I'm forgetting, if I'm not in time, if this or that. It's a measure of where I'm at with that tune, right? So I perform the 4CE and then I may use some of my time. So here's a time split and I'll let you go with that. Guys, it's been a super simple video. I will use now the last 20% of my practice for retention. When I first start to practice, I want to tackle the songs I'm just learning that are fresh. My mind is fresh and I can retain and I'm like really up to go for technique or hard stuff. I do this first. I work on my new tunes. I do the bulk 80% of my practice as being focused. And then the last bit is on retention, is just making sure I don't forget. So if you can put your tunes on a rotation to play them in retention mode 2 to 3 times per week. Caveat, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to play amazing solos. You don't need to play anything on that. You just make sure that you can hold your own. And then you can maybe set up another milestone to go, well, I want to go from 15 tunes to 20 to 25 that I can call from memory. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. Let me know in the description, in the comments, if you have any questions or anything you'd like me to cover about standards. Make sure you see the Jazz Guitar Fellowship, free link in the community description below, and also the way to do the process, a 7-stage process. That's all in the description below. I'll see you soon on the website and on the channel. Thank you guys. Bye.